Hey, what's up? So I'm coming to you to share my experience with MTC and how I like to drive in school and everything like that, and what they have to offer or whatnot. Overall, I think they're a pretty decent driving school. I think maybe the misconception that some people have when they go is maybe that they're gonna teach you how to drive, but they're gonna teach you techniques and maneuvers, but you're gonna get most of your experience actually driving on the road. So the first week, MTC, they do they do drug tests and background and all that, license to make sure that you're actually qualified to drive. The second week is gonna be book work. Pretty much. One thing I didn't like about it is that they made you write down the air brake test multiple times, like 200 times, I think it was, maybe 100 times or more, to memorize, which is a great effective way of memorizing. However, it did not work for me, and I did not do it. I already knew the brake test with a few extra things added. I didn't have a problem with that. The second week, and it was 7 days straight, the first 2 weeks, and then you get 1 day off, so you get like 2 Saturdays off. But by that time, you get it. You pretty much kind of know what you're doing. I would say I'm in my drop right now at airport, delivering for Coca-Cola. This place called LSG Skies. Yeah, so yeah, I forgot what I was saying. So yeah, the second and third week, is pretty much maneuvers, bagging, stuff like that, and driving and stuff. To me, it was a little bit all over the board. One day he was doing this, the next day he was doing that. I personally felt like maybe it should have been done like, you memorize the brake test and the pre-trip and stuff like that, and all the parts for the pre-trip and the brake test. You memorize that first before you can even graduate to even doing maneuvers. It wasn't like a physical graduation, but more so, elevation. I learned the pre-trip. I learned all my parts. I know my brake test. Boom, now I can actually go put this to use and do my maneuvers and stuff like that, and actually do the pre-trip and maneuvers. And then you do the road test. But what they were doing was, one day you were doing maneuvers, one day you was doing road, one day you was doing pre-trip, one day you was doing this. One day it wasn't like consecutive that you was doing anything but maneuvers, which a lot of people would be doing maneuvers because there's a lot of people out there, and it seemed like it was a lot of drama as far as, oh, it's my turn, grown people, which, I understand, because at once upon it, I was like that too there, because a lot of people was playing and lollygagging, and, I was trying to get in and get out, because this is not a paid course. I got state funding, so, no job was paying me $200 a week or anything like that. I had quit a job, a good job that I was working at, so, for me, I got in and out, pretty much. The teachers were great. They had some old schoolers, some new schoolers, and that was good. You got a little bit of both worlds, old school and new school. Had one teacher telling me that I couldn't drive the actual speed limit on the streets, which pissed me off, because he wanted you to slow down a mile back before you actually got to the stoplight. Like, bruh, no. I know you've been driving for 1,000 years, but I got experience and I know what I'm doing. All the teachers said I knew what I was doing. If I feel like you drive, you got Class B or whatever, you got a sense of what you're doing, knowing the vehicle, your space, and all that. So yeah, I went and took the test. I passed on the first time. I think I did everything I had down, but my driver parallel, I didn't have that down, and that's what I had on the test. Luckily, I was able to get it just by the hair of a chinny chin chin. But for the most part, I mean, if driving is what you're trying to do, I most definitely. I don't think it's the school that you go to. I think it's most definitely your intentions and what you have to look forward to. I mean, I feel like I had a lot to look forward to get out there on the road. So I was, I went in there and I got what I went to go get, and now I'm at where I wanted to be. But I'm in Trans Am, and my first driving company, and I'm not so happy with that. I most definitely think they exploit new drivers, but that's neither here nor there. I'll talk about that in another video. So MTC truck driving school. I guess I would recommend them if you're trying to go get what you're trying to do. If you can, I would see if you can go get grant funding, seeing that they got a shortage. They giving a lot of grants for drivers and stuff like that. And again, try to see whatever type of funding you can get to avoid paying $9,000 to $10,000 and being stuck at a company for a year. Because I'm free to move above the country as I please at this point. So.